Hi everyone, good afternoon.
Hello.
I'm Miss Methel Grace Pitaban.
And I am Christian Jade Indak.
And this afternoon, we will be showing to you how to perform purity
Test.
test as well as germination
Germination
testing.
testing.
Okay. So, here we are. So, please bear with our setup. No? We're really trying hard to actually illustrate to you how to perform the task properly. So we have your seeds from a specified seedlot. So the variety is PSBSY7. So we have here our seedlot. So we just place it on a surface, flat surface. So make sure that wala pong seeds na mahuhulog from table and mailagay po natin yung lahat ng ating seeds. So for your case, diba, yung pinas namin sa inyo ay gumamit kayo ng 250 grams na seeds. So your options are using soybean, corn, rice, or wheat. Please, if pwede po, let's try to identify the variety of the seeds we are using. Now that we are actually done placing all the seeds in a flat surface, then we do the quartering method. So in the quartering method, we divide the seeds into 2 equal parts. Yun po. Let's make sure na wala pong matatapon. And then we are going to discard the other half. So we need our base. And now we are left with half of the entire seed. So we're going to mix them together again. So after mixing, we're going to make sure that it's laid again on a flat surface. Since we're done dividing it into 2, then we are actually going to divide it into 4 equal parts now. It's like slicing a pizza or slicing a cake. So let's divide it into 4. Actually, we are demonstrating to you the quartering method, but there's another method called the random drop method. We'll be focusing on this. So we are going to get this portion as well as this portion. So alternately po kukunin natin. So let's try getting this one, separating this, and then hindi po natin ito isasali sa ating working sample. Well as ito po. So we're done dividing it into quarters. Now let's divide this into 8. Let's mix them together and divide this by 8. So, i-lay flat po natin sila. And divide this into 8. So we have 8 equal parts. Then we get alternately hindi ko natin isasali. So we have this. We need to get this out. And as ito po. This one as well. And this is the last part. So now we're left with this 4 parts, 4 remaining parts. So we will mix all of this, and ito po yung ating gagamitin in our purity testing. We will be using this as our working sample. This much po, this quantity. So now we have our working sample and we are ready to perform purity analysis. So first is we are going to weigh our seed, our working sample. So this is the time that we need to have our weighing scale. Pwede po yung digital na weighing scale. Pwede rin po kung ano lang yung available na weighing scales sa mga lugar nila. Part. So if we're going to use weighing scale, then we need to weigh first the container, no? The container is
0.05.
okay, 0.05 po in terms of kilograms. So we could convert this after kilograms. So 0.05. Now we place our working sample. So it weighs
1.16. 0.16.
So 0.16 minus 0.05, that is actually the weight of our working sample. So it's actually 0.11, no? 0.11 kilograms. So we need to convert this into grams. So, since we already recorded that the weight of the container is actually 0.05 kilogram and the weight of the working sample inside the container is 0.16 kilogram. So, the weight of our working sample is
0.11.
So it's 0.11 kilograms. So we stick to the unit kilogram. Later on, we are going to convert this. So now is the high time for us to actually sort the seeds. So we need to use, if you have magnifying glasses or magnifying lens, especially if our seeds are very, very small, and we also need to use forceps. So let's start this. Let's separate this into 4 components. What are those components again, sir?
We have the pure seed, the inert matter, other crop seed, and lastly, the weed seeds.
Yun. So yun po yung ating mga components. So let's try. So let's start sorting now.
So now let's start sorting the seeds. So we make sure that we are actually sorting the seeds into 4 components: the pure seeds, the other crop seeds, the weed seeds, at saka yung peanut matter. For the pure seeds, we are going to sub-classify them into 2 components: the pure undamaged and the pure damaged seeds. This means that the seed analyst, or you being the analyst, should have a thorough knowledge of the characteristics of the seed we're actually testing. So for this experiment, we are actually using soybean. So we classify those seeds which are undersized, yung mga discolored, yung mga shriveled, broken seeds of more than 1/2 of their original size, or it could be distorted, as pure damaged seeds. But we should be mindful in also trying to know if the seed is discolored or not, because possibly the color of the seed is really like that because of the variety. So dapat alam natin talaga yung characteristic. For the other crop seeds, for this experiment, we've noticed that there are actually peanuts not included, because we assume that for the case of this experimentation, our sample is actually crude or raw. For weed seeds naman, we could have the seeds of the weeds and tubers of plants considered as weed. Kaso for this experiment, wala po tayong nakitang weed seeds. So for your case, for your experimentation, baka meron po kayong mahanap na mga weed seeds. And for inert matter, so ito yung mga non-seed material in the sample. So, ang mga examples po dito, yung mga seed-like structure ng mga weeds, pwede din ng mga glooms or mga stem, or di kaya naman yung mga other plant parts or dirt. So for our case, yung ating po na-observe ay ang stones and pebbles.
Since we're done sorting, so let's weigh our individual components. We will use the same container that we have earlier because we know that this is 0.05 kilograms. So let's start weighing. This is for the pure undamaged seed. So the pure undamaged seed is actually 0.09 kilogram. So we need to record that. We always need to have our paper and ball pen every time we will do this activity. So it's 0.09. And then we also need, of course, we need to keep this safe because this pure undamaged seeds will become the source of the seed materials for our germination testing. And then we're going to weigh the other crop seeds. So for the other crop seeds, I have to weigh, it's about, okay. So for the other crop seeds, it's 0.01 kilogram. For the inert matter, we have it's actually 0.001 kilogram. Then lastly, we are going to weigh the pure damaged seeds. So it's actually 0.009 kilogram. Now we're done weighing each of the components. So let me get my record note earlier. We have record. So for the pure undamaged seeds, we have 0.09 kilograms. So when we're going to convert that into grams, that's 90 grams. And then for the inert matter, it's 0.001 kilograms, so it's about 1 gram. For the other crop seeds, which is actually our peanut, so yun po ay 0.01 kilograms, so that's 10 grams. And for the pure damaged seed, we have 0.009, that's around 9 grams. Yan. So, yun po yung ating component for each. So, we know, dapat po mag-sum up po yung ating individual components to the earlier po. Di ba, winay natin siya bago natin siya sinort. So, kanina po, it's weighing 0.11 kilograms. So, kung i-add po natin lahat ng components, it's actually equal to 0.11.
So now let's begin computing for the percent purity. So for this example, I will be using the data that I actually gathered from the conduct of the experiment. So sa inyo po, kung gagamitin niyo po mga data, yung result naman ng inyong experimentation. Dahil ito ay gagawin ko lang ng example para meron po tayong guide. Okay? So alam po natin na yung pure undamaged soybean seeds is weighing 90 grams. Yung other crop seeds naman, for our case, peanuts ay 10 grams. Yung inert matter, ang case po natin, meron po tayong nakuwang stones and pebbles. 1 gram po siya. Tapos yung pure damaged soybean seeds ay 9 grams. So a total of 110 grams. Para po makompute natin yung percent seed purity, we need to divide the weight of the pure seeds over the weight of the seed lot and multiply it by 100. So ngayon, ano nga ba yung weight ng ating pure seeds? So alam natin na ang ating pure seed po ay nakaklasify into 2. Yung pure undamaged, tsaka yung pure damaged. So tignan po natin yung ating data. Yung pure undamaged seeds po ay 90 grams. Yung pure damaged ay 9 grams. Kaya 90 grams plus 9 grams ay 99 grams. So 99 grams po ang weight ng ating pure seeds. Paano naman po ang weight ng ating seedlot? So, ang weight po ng ating seedlot, bali po ang ating pong gagamiting weight ay yung weight ng ating working sample. So, alam natin na ang ating working sample, pag susumahin ay 110 grams. Kaya, ang data po dito ay 110 grams. So, meron na po tayong data, makakompute na po natin ang ating percent purity. So, the weight of the pure seeds is 99 grams divided by the weight of the working sample or the seedlot, it's 110 grams. Multiply by 100. So, the total is 90%. Ibig sabihin po that 90% of 110 grams is actually the weight of our pure seed. Yung iba po, yung remaining 10%, yun po yung other crop seeds, inert matter, at wheat seeds. Yun, kung ang gagamitin natin ay in grams. Pero kung fix yung unit ninyo in kilograms, so we know that the weight of pure seeds in kilograms is 0.099. And the weight of the working sample in kilograms is 0.11. Kaya 0.099 divided by 0.11 times 100, it's still the same, 90%. So I hope po, meron na kayong guide kung paano i-compute yung percent purity. So for this part naman, I will be sharing to you how to compute the percent purity of our crop of interest and also computing for the percentages of other components of our seed purity testing. Kasi this is very useful in answering your first laboratory exercise. So we have here the data on the seed purity analysis of soybean. So ito po naman ay subject to changes kasi depende po kung ano yung crop na inyong gagamitin. Pwede po mung bean, corn, rice. Okay? So these are the components. So the pure seeds classified into undamaged and damaged seeds, other crop seeds, weed seeds, at saka inert matter. So alam niyo po na i-weigh niyo dapat yung individual components. So, meron po ako ditong given data na ang ating pure seeds based po doon sa kinandak kong experiment. Bali kayo po kung ano po yung magiging result ng inyong experiment, yun po yung inyong ilalagay dito. So, pure seeds 99, classified into 2, ang undamaged ay 90 at ang damaged ay 9. Other crop seeds, yung peanut po natin, 10, weed seeds 0, wala pa ako nakita, and inert matter 1.
total of 110 grams. So kung kukunin po natin yung mga percentage nito, ito po yung ating magiging solution. Anchor din po on percent purity is equal to the weight of crop seeds divided by the weight of the seed sample times 100. So later on po, ating pong i-discuss kung paano nga ba ito. Okay. So let's begin. Let's compute first for the percent pure seeds. So the formula is the weight of the pure seeds must be divided over the weight of the seed sample and multiply it by 100. We know from our data that the weight of the pure seeds is 99 grams and the weight of the seed sample is 110 grams. So 99 grams divided by 110 grams times 100, the answer is 90%. Remember that the dividend and the divisor are having the same unit, kaya we are going to cancel out grams. Alam din po natin na ang ating percent pure seeds ay makakategorize pa natin siya into two. For the pure undamaged at saka sa pure damaged. So let's compute for the percent pure undamaged seeds. To get this, we need to divide the weight of the pure undamaged seeds to the weight of the seed sample and multiply it by 100. The weight of the pure undamaged seeds is 90 grams and the weight of the seed sample is 110 grams. So 90 grams divided by 110 grams multiplied by 100, the answer is 82%. After which, we are going to compute for the percent pure damaged seeds. To do this, we need to divide the weight of the pure damaged seeds over the weight of the seed sample and multiply it again by 100. We know from our experimentation, the data revealed na meron po tayong 9 grams as the weight of the pure damaged seeds. And the same, the weight of the seed sample is 110 grams. So 9 grams divided by 110 grams times 100, the answer is 8%. Notice that the percent pure undamaged seeds, when added with the percent pure damaged seeds, it should be equal to the percent pure seeds. Kaya, 82% plus 8% is actually 90%. If hindi po sila mag-e-equate, there's actually error along the way. So you need to verify the weights of your component. Since we are done computing for the percent purity of our crop of interest, which is actually the soybean, let's proceed with computing for the percentages of the other components. So for the other crop seeds, weed seeds, at saka for inert matter. So for other crop seeds, to get its percentage, we need to divide the weight of the other crop seeds over the weight of the seed sample and multiply it by 100. Notice po na sa experiment na ginawa ko, yung na-observe kong other crop seeds ay peanut. In reality po, pwedeng hindi lang po isang other crop seed yung na-mix sa ating seedlot. Yung ibang seedlots, pwedeng madaming other crop seeds. So, pwedeng i-add lang po natin yung lahat, i-total lang po natin para meron lang po tayong isang weight for the other crop seeds. So, going back again to my example, so we know that the weight of the other crop seeds ay 10 grams and the weight of the seed sample is 110 grams. So 10 grams divided by 110 grams multiplied by 100, the answer is 9.1. So for the percent other crop seeds, it's actually 9.1%. For the percent of the weed seeds, so we need to divide the weight of the weed seeds to the weight of the seed sample and multiply it by 100. So, wala pa ako nakitang weed seeds kaya 0 gram. 0 divided by 110 grams times 100 is actually 0. So, 0%. For the inert matter, I've noticed that meron pong stones and pebbles. At pinay ko po iyon at nakakuha po ako ng 1 gram. Kaya, weight of the inert matter divided by the weight of the seed sample times 100, 1 gram divided by 110 grams times 100, the answer is. And now, we need to put into table all of the percentages of each of the components. We know that the pure seeds is actually 90%. When we're going to classify it into two, we have 82% for the undamaged seeds, and 8% for the damaged seeds. For the other crop seeds, 9.1%, weed seeds 0%, inert matter 0.9%. These components, when summed together, should be equal to 100%. For the decimal places po, you could use 1 to 2 decimal places. So now it's time for you to compute for your own percent purity using the data that you will acquire from your experiment. Enjoy!